Hello, YouTube. This is Atheistic Snail, and I have the, let's call it a pleasure, to be the first host for the Cabal's first live stream hangouts. And I'm going to let the rest of the Cabal introduce their insane selves. Agros, you want to go?
My name is The Godlet, and I'm sitting on the dock of the bay.
Kay, your turn.
I'm Kay. No guarantee you'll be always talking to me, but that's chill. Hope that's Kay.
And then we have Doomy.
What's up, dudes?
And then we have Adam.
I am Adam, and I am here to introduce a troll that followed me from Hoven's madness.
I just have one question before we start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adam, what did you do with Eve?
I nuked her because I am Atom. I nuked her.
Damn.
Before we get started, is there anybody watching us in the live chat?
Yeah, we got a couple of people. We got 3 people in the live chat right now.
Hi, live chat. Can you
Hello,
chat?
Can you tell us if you can hear everybody? Guys. Okay.
I know that I know everyone in the chat is here because of me.
Yep, they can hear us just fine from the looks of things.
All right, awesome. So, who's going to tell us about what? We're very professional, guys.
I dropped the videos for Godlet, so if he's willing to load up that first one, we have a real surprise.
More than willing to. Why don't I just get some windows down and I'll set it all up.
So, Adam, why don't you tell them how we found our tonight's discussion points?
Tonight's discussion points, I forget his name off the top of my head, but
KD something.
KD is a big fan of Kent Hovind, and I found him while I was over at Hovind's channel posting a couple of comments pointing out that he's cowardly and a deceitful bastard. So this guy decided he was going to check me out and found out that I'm, a minor YouTuber. So he popped over there and looked at my videos and started leaving comments, and which is to be expected. So I responded in kind, and he is full-on creationist. Full-on.
And he also looks like a redneck Bin Laden.
He does. But he's not as bad as Hovind. His voice doesn't grate on the nerves like Hovind's does. He's actually pleasant. He sounds very pleasant to listen to, unlike Hovind.
Well,
it's just his ideas I have an issue with.
I was going to say, unless you ignore his ideas, the hate that's coming out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm. If you ignore everything except his voice, he's actually a pleasure to listen to. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is his ideas. Now, the video that's getting pulled up is, it's a message to evolutionism disciples and telling us that we believe everything came from rocks. So I went ahead and went through it. Oh, yeah. I went through it to put together some notes for a video that I'm going to do focusing on that, because the series that I'm working on now, The Tweet of God, is kind of boring, and the guy that's responsible for that tweet is just irritating as shit. But this is actually entertaining to me.
Plus, he stole my followers and disciples, that bastard.
Oh, and I promise everybody watching and anybody who happens to stumble on this into the future, once we're done with the Hangout, I will figure out how to link all of the videos we've shown, plus everybody who's talking's Twitter pages. So you can follow anybody you want. And check and make sure we're not editing out of context.
Exactly.
Okay.
Are you
All right,
ready,
are we all ready?
ready for me to lock it to you?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
It's all yours.
Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Dear disciples of evolutionism, that bastard stole my line. Hello, George Carlin. All right, let's begin.
Hey, good afternoon. Hello, folks, but I'm getting really, really tired of this long, drawn-out non-debate with this Aaron Ra clown, the evolutionist, the Klingon wizard in the Marvel comic area. I walk down this way while I talk.
This is the one where he invites Aaron to lunch.
Yep.
Oh boy, we're gonna have a jolly good
It's
old
actu-
time.
Yeah, it's actually the other video I linked to you that I took notes on.
Hey, I just had a little bit of an error, so I'm gonna propose this just real quick. Whenever you guys are ready for me to play the video again, just tell me to check.
Okay.
Okay.
It's actually the other video.
There's
that
some
I'll link to you.
renovations. There's some renovations going on downstairs in my house. So if you hear like a kind of humming noise, just keep that in mind, okay?
All right.
All right. Well, I just wanted to bring that up, and so that way we don't have any mistakes.
Okay.
That's good. So are we gonna switch to the other video or stay with this one?
I can stay with this one.
Damn it. We might as well just finish this one since I already have it up.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And it is evolutionism. It's not evolution theory. It's not science. There's no science involved. You cannot observe, test, or replicate experiments showing macroevolution, showing one species evolving into another species over.
Okay.
There's a whole lot there to unpack.
I want to respond to real quick.
Ooh.
I will let the data go first.
There's a considerable amount to unpack here. He seems to think, for some odd reason, probably because he's been listening to Hovind for the last 30 damn years, that evolution is a religious belief. Now, he fails to take into account, and I've corrected him on this in my own comment section in my channel, that there are observed speciation events, but he doesn't understand what speciation is, and he doesn't even understand what evolution is. He's really repeating the same lies that Hovind is pushing out on a daily basis, and he has not analyzed any of the information at all. It's infuriating.
It's really sad that apparently people at this point don't understand that there is a difference between a belief on faith and a belief on factual evidence.
Yeah, and that's what he, in his mind, from what I get from him, in his mind, evidence doesn't count unless you can actually see it, which is the same screwed up thinking that Hovind and Ham employ. By that logic, you would never be able to convict a murder. You would never be able to convict a murderer because no one actually saw it. Well, that's why we have forensics.
Well, that argument can just really be boiled down to the stupidest things too. It's like I can say that guy doesn't have shoes because I don't see his shoes.
Yeah, it's about that bad.
I just love it. Anybody says we can't prove, you can't see my air quote hands, evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's the closest to the most proved theory we have next to gravity. We have.
Yeah.
And there's actually more evidence supporting evolution than Big Bang cosmology, planetary accretion, stellar formation, and abiogenesis
But
combined.
Adam, don't you know that all of those are just evolution too.
Yeah, that whole fucking umbrella term.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
no.
I couldn't resist.
Fuck
You
your
know, the-
biological processes.
And
No,
I actually
Go for
I
it.
actually managed to get him to distinguish between certain aspects of science. He, for a second there, separated cosmology from evolution for a solid second, and then he went back to basically thinking they might as well be the same fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
I can tell you this, that I already watched a video on this guy, and I would probably just spend like 14 minutes on his clothing alone.
Oh god, yeah. Also,
the
for 2
fact
seconds,
that
can
he
we
managed-
acknowledge that heavy ass lisp?
Yeah.
I heard it and I was like, please tell me he did that on purpose.
It would be nice if he did some filming that didn't involve him constantly walking around.
Let me tell you, disciples, about the lies of evolutionism.
Oh yeah. The next video is a real treat because he can't even properly pronounce abiogenesis.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, man.
Why didn't I start with that one?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
This is gonna be
Shut up.
juicy.
Leave me alone.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready to keep continuing with this.
Yep.
Okay.
Billions
Right.
of time, it just doesn't happen. And you can't show it. You believe it happens, and that makes it a faith. That makes it a religion. You can whinge all you want. You go say it's not a religion. A religion requires blah, 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 blah.
It really isn't a religion.
Okay.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
not.
belief on faith is a completely different system from a belief on determined factual pieces of evidence.
Yeah.
The thing I love about this is every time I hear that, I go, "Wait, you're telling me that religion is bad, right?"
Yeah, basically.
Right?
No,
Like,
no,
really?
It's every other belief except theirs that's bad.
Ooh.
They won't lump
Oh, yes.
themselves in that category. They're
Oh my gosh.
Was
They're
I'm
this,
pretty
immune
sure that
from
we
that.
as a species were supposed to be able to like not act like this by now.
See, this is what
Yeah.
happens when you get religious beliefs that play on a higher authority. What happens is you can exert a lot of control because if you can convince enough people to believe your horse shit and kill all the ones that don't, you effectively win that engagement. That's why religion has gotten such a big foothold, because they just kill the people that don't agree with them. It's as simple as that. They just
Adam,
find the
you said
middleman.
that so much nicer than I was going to. I was
I
sitting
know,
there, I'm like,
right?
no, this is what happens when people reproduce when they're not supposed to.
I wouldn't be surprised if they started killing again.
they are.
Well, I really appreciate
The
what-
only reason that Christianity has not, in the United States at least, and in most of the Western world, has not gone back to the fucking Dark Ages and the Inquisition is because the society that they have to deal with won't tolerate that horse shit and is going to shut it
Good.
down.
The Inquisition, what a show.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Well,
Also, I really appreciate what I just watched this not that long ago. It was a little interview with Neil deGrasse. Said, "Our eyes fool us, and it shouldn't be called optical illusions. It should be called brain failures. Most people, only for most people, brain failures only occur simultaneously. I think that this guy was born with it."
I've seen another one of his videos where he actually, if I'm remembering correctly, in one of his other videos, because I've been browsing his content for a couple of hours today, just to see what he's got. And see, well, I've been putting together a list of shit to look at, and he is a gold mine of absolute wrong. So, in one of his videos, it started off kind of weird. Because he's got his shirt half unbuttoned, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he shows a really faint scar from where he had quadruple bypass surgery.
Take me, Jesus, take me.
Oof.
And I think that might be the point where he suffered a severe enough oxygen loss to his brain to allow him to believe this horse shit.
Also, may I just point out I already pointed out his crappy attire, but that Dallas Cowboys star.
Oh my god. Well, he is in Texas.
This guy needs to be smacked with the China Bowl.
Oh, the China Bowl from that video of yours.
My Ku Klux teenager video.
Oh dear
Oh,
lord. Oh my gosh.
Gotta get that self promotion in somehow.
Yep.
Also, can we acknowledge for 2 seconds that what is happening with his facial hair for like 10 seconds here? What is happening?
It may just be the angle for me, but
I don't think it is. Not with that much frizz on the edge.
He has a crescent beard.
Yeah, right?
He has a croissant beard.
He doesn't shave. He doesn't trim that crap correctly.
No. It's got like, dude, you look like the cat that people just fucking forgot existed in the backyard.
It's like a bowl cut for the chin.
Ooh,
Well,
ouch.
it's like hair. It's like that Bigfoot from Harry and the Hendersons just tried to show his face.
God.
He became a creationist.
It does bear a striking resemblance to if you let Ham's beard grow out a little bit more and gave him the same kind of bowl cut, the beard would match pretty solidly.
Oh, we have some debate going on in the live chat about whether or not that beard is fantastic or not. I'm not sure.
The answer is no.
Fight.
It needs some maintenance. He needs to maintain that shit.
I have opinions about beards. They all should be shaved off. But my partner,
I'm with Snail.
So I'm stuck with a partner with a beard.
I'm trying to grow one. You make me
Snail, I
suck.
feel it.
My wife actually.
There's
my wife
nothing
agrees
worse
with
than being
that.
like, what the fuck is on your face?
My wife agrees with that. I actually had to shave today because it was irritating the hell out of her.
Damn you, Snail. I'm trying to grow one, and here you are. making
Bill
me suck
says,
one.
on the beard, ZZ Top is the beard standard. Oh, now if only we had some ZZ Top music, that would be perfect.
Oh man.
Are we ready?
I think we're
Yeah,
ready.
let's go.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Into a 10-minute video.
Let's move on through this.
Okay.
You're idiots. All right?
Really?
The Lord's back very, very soon.
Well, fuck you too.
Yeah, like really, that was a
didn't take
great
long.
way to start it. Just you're idiots.
We've
Yeah.
only been standing here
Very
for the last.
mature. Very mature. I'll give him an A for effort on that.
We've only been doing this for the last few minutes to show that that's
Wait.
not the case. But
Oh, chat, you're telling me that this. Chat, you're telling me that this is the definition of a good beard? May I ask if you people have a mental disorder? I wouldn't normally question a group of people's sanity, but this chat has got something wrong with it.
Well, look who they're listening to. They're listening to the Cabal.
That's right.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
Right.
even we know when the answer is just no.
Exactly.
All
We
right.
set the bar so low.
We love you, chat.
All right, let's listen
You're
to
not-
the and insult us some more.
Yep,
Let's see
let's
if we
go.
can get through another few seconds of this.
Aaron Raw. You live over that way in Garland, Texas. I'm up here in McKinney. Let's have lunch together, brother. I'll lead you to the Lord. The Lord will be in you.
That would be a hell of a conversation to see.
In you. Him and mock your Klingon high priest robes and your blowing hair, like Kent Hovind likes to point out. That's pretty.
Wow. As someone who
Aaron Raw
does
has
do recordings
Shit hair,
now,
okay.
as someone who does do, I've started doing the actual, recording me with a green screen. it gets kind of hot and you need some airflow, because usually you're doing this shit with a door closed and a place as quiet as you can find so that you can actually get something done.
I have to admit, I don't see the Klingon High Council look on Aaron Ross. Sorry, I always say his name wrong. I'm sorry. But the flowing hair it looks kind of like something you want to cuddle with.
Well,
there is only one video that I've ever seen where he wore anything that could be even considered Star Trekky, and it was in the systematic classification of life series that he's done. I forget what episode it is, but he has a T-shirt that has it's the yellow shirt from Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing I've ever seen with him being in anything Star Trekky. But he is 6 feet tall. He's got long ass hair and a beard. And if you grew up with the Next Generation, aside from skin tone, he does kind of look, and the lack of the forehead ridges, he does kind of look like a fucking Klingon.
Wait, that man is 6 foot tall?
Yeah, he's over 6 feet. He's fucking huge. He's tall.
Wow. The things I learned today.
Mm-hmm.
To put
For once.
WWE right now.
God.
All right, should we go some more for the insults?
Yeah,
let's do
see
it.
what he's got.
There's one more thing I would like to point out. I like how he said that the Lord will save even you, although not even a minute ago he self-owned his own religion.
He did. That he
Yup.
did.
Correct.
Literally, the only thing I thought after he said that was, "Yes, I found Jesus, and I asked him to leave. Thank you."
Hell yeah. If you found Jesus and he's walking around, you've got yourself a zombie problem.
Well, you know for a fact that if some guy just said he was Jesus, you know for a fact that the minute he said that, people would just start stoning his ass.
But you know for a fact that as soon as he walked up and said his name is Jesus, I'd immediately think he was, Hispanic.
Such a good carpenter.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's a good carpenter, all right.
You know,
I would wonder why he said his name was Jesus and not Jesus.
Oh, look,
he's a good carpenter when he got himself nailed to a frickin' cross.
He obviously skipped a couple of safety steps in that whole thing.
Yeah.
You know that there were supposed to be more Jesuses, but they couldn't quite get over the fence.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're gonna catch some flack for that one.
Oh,
We're too small for flack.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I was talking about the at me, but guess what? I don't have an at anyway.
Oh man.
Oh,
So
I miss Agros on Twitter.
Yeah, get your butt back there.
So what have I missed?
What you don't want to know.
Just the first few minutes of a troll that I picked up on YouTube. He actually followed me over to my channel and started talking a bunch of shit.
I really want to know how he found you in the first place.
I was on Hoven's channel talking shit to Hoven, actually, so it's a shit-talking exchange.
I see.
Oh, okay. Real quick, has anyone whipped apart the name of the video itself?
Which one is it?
I did. I told him he
The
can't.
Disciples of Evolutionism.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we totally
we-
skipped all that.
We did.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I want to make the false comments about it. If those disciples of evolution, those disciples of fucking Joan theoryism, if you can put an ism behind evolution because you don't agree with it, it must follow they are disciples of Joan theoryism, atomic theoryism, atomicism, Joamism. What? I don't understand these people's need. I don't understand the need to make everything a religion.
Well, that's the thing. They're not intending to make it a religion. They're using a false equivalence.
They're trying to be as
And,
deliberately dishonest as they possibly can.
But
Yeah.
some of them, I've heard
people in this camp argue that evolution is a religion.
Yeah, that's because they've been fed the same horse shit by people that are deliberately trying to set up that false equivalence. So they believe it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes,
do
and I
the
immediately-
people that purposefully set that up not realize that they base their whole life on a religion?
No, that's the thing.
Cognitive dissonance.
If they
Oh,
do realize it, the money that they're making and the people that they have working for them, like Kent Hovind, it's a too lucrative of a deal to suddenly grow a fucking conscience and come to terms with the fact that you're a lying sack of shit.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
It's
Well,
too lucrative.
I would
That's
actually
why
think-
Ken Ham is still getting donated millions of dollars in land and materials. That's why Hovind has got a whole cult of fucking people building his retirement home for him, because it's lucrative. If you spout enough bullshit and get enough people to believe it, and then they start giving you money and doing the work for you, then, hey, you got an easy gig. All you got to do is keep spouting the same horse shit and make sure that they continue to believe you, and you're set for fucking the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's fair. I just have to disciple. What are the tenets? What are our tenets? I have
don't-
to know.
No one's ever been able to tell me.
Yeah,
that
we
you
don't have
worship
any.
and love me for all eternity, and if you don't, then I might have to smack you.
The
Apparently,
most
to these guys, Darwin is like our Jesus, apparently.
But Darwin was wrong a lot about things. We say he was wrong.
Yeah, and we know how he screwed up, and well, not where he screwed up, but we know what he didn't know and are able to expand on it. They don't care.
And even what he did screw up. There were,
Yeah.
I mean, dear God, I've seen people ruthlessly mock him because he married his cousin and then by his tomato form figured out that incest can do bad things to the offspring. To basically just be like, oh no, that me.
And then once he realized that, he adjusted his theory accordingly and figured out that racial purity, leads to congenitive defects.
Yeah.
Which is in stark contrast with the eugenics that Hitler was going for. Hitler wanted that racial purity without realizing the consequences or completely ignoring them, but Darwin understood what those consequences would be.
And not even just to completely avoid the Godwin's law.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my bad.
That's completely, we accept this, but yet the creationists don't. They seem to insist, we want racial purity, we want yada yada. Like, no, what are you even going on about? None of this is actually accurate.
Yeah.
None of this.
Yeah.
All right. How far do you think we'll get in this video before we have to shut him up again and discuss where he's wrong? I'm taking
I would give it like 30 seconds, you guys.
All right.
I'm
willing to take
the
it.
one about the rocks, where he says where he says that we think life came from rocks.
we'll get
to that.
Their religion. Hold on. What religion is he? I want to say Christian. Is he
He's
Christian?
a creationist Christian, yeah. But he's employed the no true Scotsman fallacy to denounce Catholics.
His religion literally states he came from a rock.
Yep.
Literally. He was made from dirt, which is just ground up, weathered down rocks.
Right? I'm sitting here, like, part of me just sits here and it's just like, have you read your own shit?
Obviously not, because I actually posted a comment to him, and it's a long comment. I dropped it in the Discord, where I actually pointed out to him that in Numbers 5, his God not only condones but approves. It not only condones but assists in abortion, and I haven't heard back from him since that comment. I don't know if that's 'cause he's busy.
Not only in Numbers, also in Hosea.
Hosea, yeah.
he rips the wombs out of every woman in I want to say Samaria.
Yeah, or something.
Like I don't know about you, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty
no.
sure I am like 99% sure there were pregnant women in Samaria when he ripped the wombs out of them.
Right, and then
Yeah.
not only that, but there's a lot of sketchy areas that like people just kind of glaze over. They're like, but all this good stuff, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, can we
Yeah,
also
but all
acknowledge
this
for 10
bad
freaking
stuff.
seconds that somewhere in your stupid book it literally tells you that if a guy rapes a chick that he owns her? What?
For
Oh,
half
what the
price.
Yeah.
For half
Literally.
price.
Say that
that is.
again?
Like, okay, so yeah, within Levitical laws, if you rape a woman, you have to pay her father 15 silver shekels and must marry her without being able to divorce. That
Yep.
is your punishment for defiling someone else's property. You must marry them.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and that's
damaged
just how it
property at that
is.
point. Yeah.
In summary,
It's a
the
trade.
Snails were the first ones to come up with the mean weed of that fetus.
All
All
right. Ready?
Let's see how much more of this crap we can deal with.
Oh yeah.
God, we're only a minute 50 in.
I know, right?
But you know what? You're gonna die, Aaron. You're gonna die. One day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're all gonna die.
No shit.
Literally everyone is going to die. He is going to die. His mother is going to die.
And I'm pretty sure if he keeps on talking like that, it's probably gonna happen a lot sooner than he wants to.
Yeah. Like that's
He
just
should not be
an-
picking fights.
like that's it's not even about picking a fight. That's just an inevitability fact of the universe. Living things die.
Right? I'd be like, bro, you got that? You found the fountain of youth? Shit, why you know Sharon?
Oh,
Stingy
wait
bitch.
You gotta
Wait for what
think
comes up later.
hard. Burning balls of gas can die. What makes you think that we can't?
Right?
Oh,
Seriously.
Wait for what he says later. That's a real treat.
Oh god.
Let him keep going.
Oh boy.
Oh dear God, help us.
Ever known in this world is going to die one day, and then you'll go into the ground,
Yes.
and you'll wait for Jesus to come. Coming in the clouds. There's no clouds today, so he's not coming today. But he'll be coming in the clouds.
What does clouds have to do
Guys.
with an invisible moon?
Guys, apparently he arrives like Goku. Everyone, you ready for this shit?
All right, hold on. We need
Jesus is
Vegeta.
Super Saiyan.
We need Vegeta.
the second he said yep, and then you go into the ground, and I was expecting him to go yes, and then you come back as a beautiful tree.
Can we just acknowledge
that Jesus is a Super Saiyan or Aaron Ra as a Super Saiyan?
Aaron Raw
unfortunately,
is a Super Saiyan. That would be incredibly amusing.
can we just acknowledge that he is an end time young Earth creationist? That
Yes,
the
he
end
definitely
times
is.
are right now. Not
yeah.
50 years from now, not 50 years ago, but right now because reasons.
Yep.
Also, why is he filming outside? Does he not know wind is a thing?
Yeah, I noticed that he does this whole thing on a walk around. his
He
property or
likes to
something.
wander and explain things with his hands to the nothingness that we do not give a shit about.
Do that inside. Carry your phone or your laptop or whatever, wandering around and moving your arms about just like this. Like, look, there was a wall. He was a couch. He was a chair.
But if he's going to talk
Do
about the
that.
clouds and the trees, he needs some clouds and trees.
You want to know why he explains
Point to a
everything with his
window.
hands?
All right.
You want to know why he explains everything with his hands? Because that's a secret code for telling us what he did to the altar boy and with the holy water.
He claims not to be Catholic.
Now that
Oh,
there
no.
was good, dude. That was good.
Oh,
All right.
Well, even if he wasn't a Catholic, it wouldn't matter. They can't keep their shit straight anyway.
He actually denounces Catholics as not being Christians.
Of course he does.
What?
Yeah,
I'm
he
so
doesn't see
confused.
Catholics. He think the way that he looks at it, their doctrine is so different that it's not even Christianity.
Does he realize
it's just a perversion?
Does he realize
What?
his preferred version of Christianity derived itself from? Of course he doesn't.
Can we
No.
also acknowledge for 10 seconds that that's not okay, but like, hey, let's acknowledge for 2 minutes. Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? And not only that, but I'm going to say it. When you live out wherever the fuck apparently this individual lived, he was not white.
Yeah.
Let's just take 2 seconds for that.
I have to imagine. Just real quick, pull back up his image. I have to imagine someone like him was very mad that Ariel was no longer white.
Right.
Just wait until he hears about his Lord and Savior.
Right. Like, for real, I'm sorry. There's no way in hell that somebody just popped up that was that white. They were just like, oh, that's fine. Everyone had been like, where the fuck did you come from?
Especially being in the Middle East, where they thought genocide was an okay thing.
Right.
At the time period. Like, he said, "We'll kill him!"
Yeah, right, and all of that, but they were like, no, that's chill. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Of course you can come and talk to all of us and chill with my awkward children that are probably related to my aunt and probably related to me, and I don't know.
Like, his parent, was definitely Middle Eastern. All of his family was Middle Eastern, but he's somehow white. A European white.
Isn't it? Okay, I may be wrong about this because I may have been reading the wrong section at one point because I don't know why. But isn't his mom his sister? I'm pretty sure I actually did read that, and I was like, wait a minute, we got some Alabama shit going on in the Bible, you guys.
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure if Mary was considered Jesus' sister, but I know Jesus was considered Jesus' father.
Yeah.
Like
exactly. There's some weird shit that none of us want to talk about.
Yeah, that's a weird
It's all
family tree. We
according
need
to their kind, right?
Yeah, we need to.
All right.
That's one of the things I can't figure out. Who's Jesus and who's God? Like is Jesus God or is God a different person?
It depends on who you.
It depends on which religion.
And then you
That's
throw
a bit
in
of doctrine that
Holy
changes.
Ghost, and then everything gets fucked up.
Okay, guys, goals. We have to get to at least 5 minutes.
Good point. Let's go.
Let's do it. Go.
I want to get to the one about the rocks.
Yes.
In Christ rise first. The sea will up her dead, and we will reign with Jesus Christ from the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem for 1,000 years. You're going to be still sleeping in the dirt. Your body will be in the dirt. Your soul will be tormented in hell for 1,000 years.
At least they have Wi-Fi.
They do have Wi-Fi.
It's the thinly veiled threat.
That's
Well, not even
veiled.
thinly veiled. Yeah, not even thinly veiled.
I always hate it when they're so okay with people with the concept of burning in hell.
Yeah.
Right? But we're supposed to love everybody except for you fuckers.
Yeah. We're supposed to love other people. God.
If I was forced to live a hippie for 1,000 years, I may have to kill people.
I'm not talking about the group, no.
I would still argue that heaven is more of a hell than hell.
Yeah, you
Agreed.
gotta press your lips to the colon of the worst fucking dictator in history.
Well,
Dead
not even that.
ass, like for real.
Not even that. It completely ignoring worshipping a god for all eternity. That's your only purpose. No. You exist for eternity. That would dictate that you would end up doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
You would master everything. And you still have an eternity.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah, for real. I think I'm down.
Years.
There's
Yeah,
no
I think
fun
me and
in-
Snail are chill. We'll just go chill in the sauna. We'll be like, bye, deuces.
Oh, I'd rather go to hell. They got demons to slay there.
Right? I'll be sitting there like, guys, did you see the bitch with the titties? She was pretty cool.
Hell, hey, you know what? I would much rather go to hell because they got pina coladas getting caught in the rain.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
They got that highway, you know? It's gonna be dope.
I'd stay in the Hotel California.
Okay, let's see how much more of this shit we can do. Go, go, go.
Oh,
Yeah. See, the world's going to last for about 6,000 years. And then the last 1,000 years, the 7,000 years, the Sabbath, the millennium of rest will take place. And all these people that you've been mocking on the internet, all these people that you've been calling retards and idiots and just ridiculing, they're going to be judging you. We're going to...
But wait,
Thou
you
shalt
shouldn't
not
people.
judge. What?
yeah. Thou shalt not judge.
Tell you what, I'll fill out all three of those areas at once. You're a retarded idiot, and I ridicule you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was ridicule. Calling him
Yeah,
a
right, I'm
idiot,
pretty damn
but-
sure. Last time I checked, there was this bit in the Bible about how if you are sinless, cast the first stone. Bro, I can guarantee at some point when he was younger, he slept with somebody he shouldn't have or did something he shouldn't have.
Yeah. And he wasn't stoned to death for being a disobedient child, obviously.
Exactly.
And it also looks like he doesn't have a bowl cut, so that's a sin. Also, if I remember, if I'm looking right, that does not look like a pure cotton shirt. The hat sure as fuck ain't. He's sinning.
He's wearing a Dallas Cowboys shirt. He is going to hell, okay?
Like, for real.
I mean, like, come on. He people like this make it too easy.
Now, I have a question because I'm an ex-Catholic and I never really got, and I obviously Catholic, we didn't do an end times thing. Is this the first 6,000 years? There's equivalent to the first days of creation, and the last 1,000 years, the seventh day with.
Yeah.
Is this a common theme?
At least in the South, it is, yes.
Yeah, within the South, it is a very prevalent idea. Speaking as a former Southern Baptist, it is the whole end times thing is a very common belief held within that denomination. It is one day equals 1,000 years, so the previous 6,000 years. In case you can't tell by my wording, I did used to be a young Earth creationist. I was a literalist. That's partly why I fucking despise religion so much now. But it is one day is synonymous with 1,000 years.
It's equivalent. One day to God equals 1,000 years to mere mortals.
Yeah. So on the seventh day or 7,000th year, everything is wiped the fuck out.
Whoa.
Okay, so today another thing I learned.
See, at least you guys have valid reason. I was just raised Mormon, so there's my reason. I'm done with religion now.
Well,
I'm Gucci. I am not being no. I will kill a bitch.
I'm sorry.
I
You're raised
believe
Mormon, you have a valid reason to be done with religion now.
Right?
I mean,
I'm done with
that's a
religion.
cult.
I'm part gay. I'm good.
Wait.
I'm going to move up that tiny little section with an analogy I just cooked up in my head. It's the end times thing is very similar to the Norse belief of Ragnarok. What's going to come of it? Nothing. Just the same as Ragnarok. It just made a decent
That's
Marvel.
valid, actually. Yeah.
It just made a decent Marvel movie.
Snail. We need our own religion. We're just gonna call it Kabbalism. It's gonna be great.
I reject
Called
it.
fuck you.
I love it. I reject it.
I reject it.
We can't be friends no more.
No,
I
I will
religion.
make this mean if none of you will.
Fine, no fun for you.
All right, we're 3 minutes and 16 seconds into this. Let's see if we can get another few seconds.
Getting distracted.
We gotta get at least half, guys. We can do it.
Judge,
Come on, guys.
the Bible says we'll be judging even the angels. So while we're busy judging you and the unbelievers that are on the planet at this time, 1,000 years after that, there's the next resurrection. This is the unrighteous. This is you. This is your body being pulled up out of the grave, and your soul standing judgment. And if your name's not written in the Lamb's Book of Life at that point, you, my friend, will be bound and thrown into a lake of fire that wasn't even made for you. See,
That is just.
Hold on. No. Wait. I have a few questions. One, how the fuck is a lamb writing a book?
Valid.
That's the concept of that is actually.
Yeah, I know. The Jesus is the lamb. I know. I was making a joke.
Le jokes. His joke.
But a lake of fire that wasn't made for us? What do you mean?
Yeah. Two, I don't agree to being bound up, not by God, maybe by a future partner.
For real. You need
Not
consent
by
for
God.
that?
Not by God. Three, the fuck do you mean it wasn't made for us? Your God is literally omniscient. He knows everything. He knew before he even made it, humans would end up there. Ergo,
Right.
So
it was
it
literally
was
made for
that.
humans.
Nah, see, he just made that shit and was like, that looks really pretty. What?
Unless
I'm pretty sure that's not how that went down.
Unless he is saying humans are so fucking awful that we ruined that even an omnipotent God who knows all, who is literally everything there is to existence, could not foresee us royally fucking up his plan.
We got a problem.
In which case, that would make humans tautologically more omnipotent than an omnipotent God.
Yes.
You
Thank
also
you.
You also got to appreciate the irony of, well, we're dying, right, for judging people. For some reason, they then get to judge us. What? What?
Right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Also,
They
they're
want to
judging
make the same
angels.
mistake we did?
Also,
What did you say, Doomy?
They
Stop,
wanted-
stop. What did Doomy say?
I said they want to make this. They want to do the same stuff we did.
Ooh.
Yeah, we had fun.
Moreover, his comment about
Not work
they will
when
end
you're
up
doing
judging.
something love.
His comment about they will end up judging even the angels. How does that work? Angels don't even have free will.
Like, really?
Even within their mythological framework, they don't have free will.
I think that depends on who you're talking to, though. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, partially.
Well, it
I
doesn't
think
really
like
matter
somewhere
because-
in it, there's like a thing about like if you end up there, it's like you're perfect all the time. And so literally, no, you don't. You really don't. You do everything right constantly.
And
That would
fucking up
fucking
is
drive
part
me
of-
crazy.
Yeah, and like fucking up is part of existence. You
That's how
can't
we
improve.
grow.
I know that's how I
So-
grow.
Okay, Ajos, you don't count. You just eat people's soul.
You're damn right I do. And guess what?
Like there's
This
not
guy-
many ways to fuck that up.
And this guy's is going to be delicious.
Are you
All
sure?
right.
I imagine it tastes pretty bad.
How far are we
Hashtag
in?
cannibalism.
And
Yeah.
that's coming from a German Jew atheist.
Well, you know what? I'm used to bitter things, okay?
I imagine it's pretty bitter.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
all right, we're almost to the 4-minute mark.
Okay,
Let's do
we
it.
can do this.
Let's do it. It's
Yeah.
people think going to hell. No, hell is just temporary. The lake of fire is where you will be burning day and night, forever and ever.
Pause.
What the hell's the difference?
Right, I'm sitting here like, wait, if
the
hell is
difference?
not the final point, then why the fuck do people talk about it like, oh yeah, you're going to
Lee-
hell?
Lee, in
He
Southern
makes a
baptism,
difference.
is the lake of fire and hell different?
Right?
No.
Like what?
He
And
why
divides
do they
want us
those
to go
two
to a lake of
concepts.
fire?
Apparently,
is-
hell
it-
is just a waiting point, like
That's
purgatory to
purgatory.
him.
No,
I'm like, well, like the
so-
least they could have done is done the
Purgatory
river
is
first.
So how it works in Southern baptism, hell is no different from the lake of fire. They are one and the same. If you
Yep.
go to hell, you're in the lake of fire. The only difference between the two is it before the end times or is it after? If it is before the end times, it's called hell. If it is after, it's the lake of fire. That's the only difference. A name change. That's it. Past that, they are exactly the same.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. What else has this guy got?
More Bible fuck-ups. I love it. I love it. I really hope that this guy responds to us.
I hope so.
Oh
too.
man.
Do you have any idea how happy that would make me?
Do you have any idea how confused I would be by that? He's responding to 6 people at once. I'd actually have to give the motherfucker credit.
Like for real, I'd be sitting there like, really? Like, yes,
from my
give us more
interactions
shit.
With him, from my interactions with him, it wouldn't
Yes.
surprise me.
Fear.
Well, okay, it would take him forever to get through it. We went through 4 minutes. Time now.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's do this.
No, a lot of people don't like to talk about that. A lot of people don't think God would be so cruel as to punish you for eternity, but he will. He said,
Well, wait, hold on. But God is loving. How is he cruel? He cannot be cruel if he is only love. He just ruled out one of God's defining features.
This is sounding a lot like an abusive relationship.
Mhm.
Because it is.
I leave you here because I love you. What?
This gentleman is not veiling the threats at all. There is no hidden message in his threats. He's right out and open with them.
No,
There's a lot of carrot and
don't do it
stick. here.
again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy.
Yeah, like
Oh
really.
yes, Daddy.
Oh God, I can only think of my relationship with my ex-fiance.
Like-
It was emotionally and mentally abusive.
My ex-husband.
I was constantly apologizing for things I did not when I did nothing wrong. I was constantly feeling I wasn't good enough, that I dissolved the abuse. This bitch is just literally Stockholm syndrome, just displaying willful obedience to abuse. And if he was in bed, I would kind of excuse it, like, okay, I'm into that. You do that. Just don't
Have
record
fun.
it, please. Like, just don't put it on YouTube. Put it on like Pornhub or something.
Bond with Jesus somewhere else.
Are you admitting to? Are you?
Delicious. Finally, some good food.
Oh, fuck.
Rise, are you going to be making history here sometime soon?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Let's not.
All right.
If you're
Watch
asking
the
if I'm
rating,
gonna-
guys.
If you're asking if I'm going on Pornhub, no.
Guys, guys, this kitchen only comes with 9 lives and you guys are eating up half of them. That's enough.
All right.
Good.
All right, let's continue.
Let's.
not my rules, his. You can avoid all that. All you got to do is humble yourself.
Hold on. No, I already have issues again. One, isn't it funny how his God, his rules coincidentally line up with exactly what he wants them to?
I have a different problem.
Moreover,
Oh, that makes you do a big thing.
the most unhumble person is telling us to humble ourselves.
I was just going to
Is
say a humble
is this
person.
Josh Bristol?
I was just about to say a humble person doesn't admit they're humble. He didn't say it, but you could tell by him sticking his freaking cowboy tits out.
Yeah. Is this Pizza Supreme?
No. No. But I have another question.
What's that?
Why does, and I really someday I want somebody to answer this for me. Why does an all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving God need me to beg and be humble before him?
Because it gets him off.
Yeah, there you go.
It gets him off. He needs something to lube up his dick for him to shove it up someone's asshole.
He has urges too.
God has needs, you guys.
What do you think? What do you think he did to Mother Earth?
Not only to Mother Earth, to Mary.
Yeah.
He not only to Mother Earth, to Mary. What do you think he did?
Yeah,
That
can we
was
acknowledge that for
obviously-
2 seconds?
That was
Why do you
that was
think
some straight up
Melon
Zeus.
blew up?
Yeah,
That was
right,
some-
for real.
It
That's
was
Zeus
not-
level shit.
No, it's arguably worse than Zeus. Because Zeus never fucked children.
Yeah, that's
Mary-
valid.
That is
Mary
valid
was a
point.
child. She was like 14 to 16.
Yeah, she was 14.
Wasn't
Like-
Zeus into bestiality?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Zeus,
Zeus-
if-
Literally.
Zeus
Okay,
I think my
Put it
favorite
this
one was
way.
the duck.
I
Yeah,
thought
put
it was
to
a
you this
swan.
I'll put it to you this way. This is Greek mythology with Zeus included. This is Greek mythology without Zeus's dick being mentioned.
Yeah.
Valid.
There's not a whole lot there.
Most of Greek mythology is just Zeus fucking people.
Pretty much, yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
He's bringing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I'm pretty sure like the other whatever the fuck little bits is left of it is Hera being really angry.
Hera
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
half the shit she did was just because she was pissed off at Zeus.
Right?
I mean,
I'm about to
yeah.
say that right there. Every description of a woman ever.
Yeah,
She was just pissed the fuck off at Zeus, but didn't do anything to Zeus. She fucked up the people that he screwed prior.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can get 5 seconds with this without having another problem with his
Okay, I'm
voting.
You're gonna love this. Zeus throughout the entirety of Greek mythology. Thunder, thunder, thunder cunts hoe.
Yeah. Accurate.
That is accurate.
I'll
All right.
be a sheep. Believe.
No.
All those things that you
I already have problems again.
I'm not gonna be a sheep.
3
I'm not gonna-
seconds. No, guys.
30 seconds at least.
Say a
Go,
second.
go.
Second. Well, no, because wait,
Let's
you're
just
gonna
hold-
you're gonna want to rant after the next few seconds. Give it like
Okay,
15 more
okay.
seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
I
Let's
remember
wait for
this
a little
bit.
bit
I remember
longer.
this bit. Give it
Let's just
15
make
more
to 5
seconds.
minutes. Everyone just shut
Let's
up.
wait.
Let's make it to 5 minutes.
Deal.
Yep.
Okay.
wait for a little longer before we start saying stuff so that we can have more things to talk about too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
all those things that you hate to do. Humans hate. We talk about people who call it they're sheep. Sheeple is a negative term. Jesus says, "We are all like sheep who have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way."
Was that
This
really
guy,
worth?
this
really
guy
worth
said
the
a
extra
thing. We
couple
must listen.
I feel like that was. I mean, I know it wasn't. That wasn't worth the extra few seconds.
Snail, can we take 2 seconds and acknowledge that this fucker is using a selfie stick?
Is
I'm
he?
very,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
very,
he is. You can see it.
I'm very disappointed in the. This guy is the anti-Steve Shives.
Also, no one wants to fucking be sheep.
Yeah, that's a derogatory.
Well, that's what he's saying. He doesn't get why it's derogatory because he doesn't understand why thinking for yourself should be good.
Have you
because
guys
his
heard what
religion-
Scotsmen do to sheep? Let's not.
Oh, I did not need that image tonight.
I thought they only
Snail, you are in here. You have all the image.
wait. I
What?
thought the Scots only ate the sheep. Oh,
Oh.
Oh shit!
What? Where is this?
Where is this?
Twilight Zone now, boys.
Oh, this is Tex. I think he must be Texas or Arkansas because he said earlier in the thing
He's
that
Texas.
Aaron Raw you lived over by him somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently just a few towns over.
Okay, are we done with this? Are we done with this one?
We need to.
Let's talk about
put
rocks.
this on the back burner.
Yeah,
talk
let's move on to the
let's
one
talk
about
Rocks.
rocks.
About rocks from my favorite Magic School Bus.
I have to wonder, are we ever going to get into the video that I sent y'all? That y'all only got a few seconds in?
I don't remember. What was the video that you sent?
That was the one with the dude
Pharaoh
that was.
Allah.
Yeah.
76 trillion
Oh,
with a T.
yeah.
Year history of the black race.
We didn't even.
Let's not even talk about that.
We didn't even get.
That looks like a stream all of its own.
There were
We couldn't even get through what was it? Because Adam, we got through maybe 3 minutes max.
Yeah, we didn't get very far.
The second he forgot what the fuck Siri was when we were like, nope.
There were 6 parts to that series.
And that is something I will never lose my brain cells for.
6. The dude makes spirit science look smoked. Spirit science.
Oh God! Look at this! Look at this, boys. We got abiogenesis, and I can already tell he's gonna fuck this up.
Why do I know he's gonna make it abiogenesis into evolution and the creation of the universe?
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear him say that shit with a lisp.
I'm putting money. I am putting
Yeah.
putting money that he is going to conflate the beginning of the universe with abiogenesis.
Let me tell all you dirty heathens about abiogenesis.
All right.
All right, load her up.
Abiogenesis. Abiogenesis.
How you doing? Inadvertently, if you get into a discussion with one of these evolutionism disciples, and there's no science to it, it is a religion of evolutionism.
Of course.
They will whip out the word abiogenesis.
Abiogenesis? Okay. Oh, God. Let's just talk about that.
Oh, man.
Guys, that abiogenesis.
Abiogenesis.
I mean, I screw up saying words all the time. But if I know I'm going to screw it up, I look it up and I pronounce it a couple times, or I immediately say, I screwed that up,
There's even a speaking button. It will tell him how the fuck to say it.
Not to mention the lines above those words that means they are hold. A, by, I, O. It indicates that is a hold.
Genesis.
Yeah, really, okay? And not only that, but let's be real, because even if he tried that shit, he'd be like, why are these E's upside down?
Oh my God.
They backwards.
No, far be it from me to defend anybody, but the lady on the Discord who can't spell anything and who routinely messes up the grammar, I have no idea what any of those symbols mean. I know I was taught in school. It's long since gone. I just hit the button that tells me how to say the word.
That's exactly the point. Snail gets it.
I literally just said the lines above those letters indicate that they are hold sounds. They make the sounds how you pronounce the letter. A, I, O, O. The upside down letters indicate it is a very soft genesis. It's almost making its sister sound. So E would be an I would be an E. C is S is C, or that kind of shit.
But
moreover, from any of that, he's already screwed up. Evolution and abiogenesis are completely separate topics. One is a theory, one is a hypothesis. I'm sure everyone in the group, in this group, and in the chat below will immediately know which is which. I don't have to say, but in case any idiots watch this, abiogenesis is a hypothesis. It is yet to be conclusively proven. It is thought this is how life originated, but it is not known as close to a fact as science can get. We have concepts that do walk. Take, for instance, what's the name of the experiment?
Muller-Urey?
Yeah, the Miller-Urey experiment, or just the Urey experiment. Both proved that the concept of abiogenesis is possible, that amino acids can construct themselves in an early Earth environment. Evolution is a theory. It has an overwhelming amount of evidence for it. Entire fields of science and medicine are built and depend on evolution to work, for it to, for the medicine to function how it's supposed to. Moreover, from any of that, because I know for a fact he's going to go into the historical definition, another term for spontaneous generation. That has been constantly and so well refuted as absolute false that it's not even funny. Spontaneous generation was debunked literal centuries ago. It doesn't work. Abiogenesis.
Actually, he does not actually conflate the two. He does not conflate, in this video at least, because I watched it the whole way through.
That's kind of shocking.
It is kind of shocking. He does not conflate. He does not even bring up spontaneous generation.
Okay, I have to give him credit. He's not as dumb as I would think. He's still pretty dumb, just not as dumb.
I think he is about as dumb as I think.
He's about as dumb. I already know how.
That's it for my rant.
Of the
Who
10
wants to continue the video?
Yep, let's hear it. Abiogenesis.
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 Abiogenesis. Harry Potter spell away.
All right, at least 10 seconds.
Let's do it.
Evolution doesn't cover the origin of life. And they'll try to say that they have no opinion on whether or not life originated from rocks or not. The evolution doctrine is the evolutionism doctrine is that life began 4.7 billion years or something like that, and when the Earth cooled down, the rains rained on the rock, and the rock created chemicals, and chemicals evolved into life, and all life comes from that. So you are literally related to rock.
Okay.
So he's off on his dates.
Yeah.
It's about 4.5 billion years, but he's within a couple of points of that. But he seems to think that as soon as the planetary accretion happened, life suddenly sprang up.
Which,
and
if I
that's
remember,
not what happened.
if I remember right, the Old Testament for life. Correct me if I'm wrong about this, but isn't the earliest estimation for life just like 500 million years after the Earth formed?
It took quite a bit of time.
somewhere around there.
It was,
Like
I think
500
it was
million?
around a billion years just to get to the first proto-cellular structures in the fossil record.
Okay. So I have a few issues. Most pressing. Why the fuck does he have so many tabs open?
Oh no! I can tell
got
you.
you
I can tell you why. Because he's going to go through articles, and not
Oh,
go
dear
through
God.
them. He's going to show what the article is, and he's going to claim that they say that life came from rocks, or that rocks are directly responsible for this, without even really going into it, except for a couple of sentences.
Okay, so
Okay,
he has a reason.
Where's my Mr. Strawman
I'm fine
sound?
with that.
What if what if he accidentally forgot to close like an inappropriate tab and you could just see the thing he searched?
I
Oh
don't
no. Okay,
Oh,
but
God,
also
Alex Jones.
I just really want my Mr. Strawman soundbite right here. I really want it.
Oh my gosh, no.
But moreover from any of that, I will give him credit. He did say quite accurately that, and I'll use his words, evolutionists claim that evolution and abiogenesis are completely separate. They don't have anything to do with each other. And this is a fairly Gnostic, anti-theist saying a god could have created life, and that would be biogenesis. I'm more than happy with saying a god could have possibly created life. Evolution would still happen. That's just how the fact of the universe.
He doesn't understand that these two things, abiogenesis and evolution, cover two completely different questions. Abiogenesis asks how life started. Evolution only covers how that life changes over time.
The change of allele frequency of population groups. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be. Change of allele frequency in population groups. And moreover, the stupid life formed from rocks thing again.
Okay.
No evolution.
Like-
no one who accepts the theory of evolution accepts that premise, because that's not a premise of evolution.
And not only that, but like for 10 seconds, can we do this? Okay. But no, because our shit is all based via rocks. But yours was that somebody decided, hey guys, let's make a dirt puppet. That's chill. Okay, now that's a person. Oh, well shit. Well, we need another person. Just take his fucking rib. What?
Well, could we point out that he's accusing us? Can we point out that he's accusing us of saying that life came from nothing when that is literally what he believes?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least we're like, well, this shit happened before. And he's like, nah, you guys are, no, that's bullshit.
Like
What?
He literally thinks
back.
a being that came from nothing, created everything from nothing, created more things from nothing, created life from nothing, and then created man from earth.
Right?
But yet he thinks that we somehow think life came from nothing when we have shown chemistry is a thing that works. Physics is a thing that works. Quantum mechanics and quantum physics are things that work. All three of these things were necessary in some capacity to get from the singularity to cosmic inflation to many, many billions of years later, accretion of our planet around a protostar, which then took another few 100 million years for chemistry to work to create the first amino acids, of which more chemistry took place over an even longer amount of time to have a self-replicating amino acid strand.
Yeah. No.
Here's another piece of stupidity. It took his god a snap of his fingers in order to create the universe. Yet for some freaking reason, it took him 7 days to create a planet.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
As Bill in the chat pointed out, Adam is both a name and the Hebrew word for mankind. So Adam could be a single person or all of mankind created from dirt.
Which, you know what?
My Hebrew isn't great, so if I'm doing that wrong, somebody point it out.
It's along the same lines of Sumerian, because in their creation myth, the first man was named Adamu, which should give you a tip-off that since it predates the Jewish religion, there was some plagiarism that happened.
Yeah. But you know what? If you want to say Adam was not just the first man, but the name for the first what we would call humans, I'll grant you that. Fine. I'll give you that. Now explain how the fuck the whole Garden of Eden thing works.
No idea.
It would at least make more sense given that Cain married a someone from a faraway land who somehow wasn't created yet because there's only 3 humans, but there's somehow a tribe of people somewhere off outside of the Golden. It would at least make more sense given that line.
I forget what comic mentioned that, because as soon as that he brought that up, his initial response to that was, "Where did these mystery bitches come from?"
It's a good question. That no, I've not seen a single apologist ever seem to bring it up, other than Ray fucking Comfort. And Ray just says, "Oh, that's his sister. That is his long lost sister." That doesn't make it any better.
I've actually seen, I can't remember who the apologist was, but I have seen apologetics, and nobody quote me on this exactly because I can't even remember the guy I saw doing it, was doing an apologetic, and prior to the flood or something about sin allowed for inbreeding, but there was no bad mutations and none of that problem, which allowed for genetic diversity. And then post-flood, there was a problem with that. And I wish I could remember the apologist, because all I remember doing was pulling my hair out and laughing my hair off at the same time, because I was like, oh my God, this is insane. This is why, at least when I was taught the Old Testament, most of it was taught as allegory, which really doesn't make it any better, but it was taught as allegory so that you didn't have to deal with the insanity.
No, I'll argue. Allegory does make it better. Because allegory. Here's how I justify that. Here's how I justify that statement. It doesn't make it any better because people do use it to base their lives off of, and routinely use it to dehumanize other people, but it does make it better than a literal history account, because one, we know that isn't how history works. And if it's an allegory, allegories are typically used to impart some meaning, some underlying story to us. It can be used as a way to say, this is what this story was meant to bring to us, some good meaning.
A fable.
So you can pick out all the nasty, awful parts that modern society looks at and cringes, because incest, genocide, slavery.
Tell me what good meaning comes out of Noah's flood.
Nothing, but at least it's not taken literally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because that is literally that story. Because I never took it literally. I remember the first time I heard about people who took it literally. I was in my mid-teens.
I knew people that took it literally when I was 8, and I thought they were fucked up.
I lived in a heavily Catholic Lutheran area. Literal interpretations of the Bible weren't much of a thing in my area when I was growing up. But the first time I heard it, I literally didn't believe it. I assumed someone was playing a joke on me.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I still remember being 15, 16, 17 going, what is the point of this story? The story, because I'd be going over, I kept reading the Bible because it's like, I was thinking about being a nun, and I'm like, I don't get it, because all this story says is do what God says or die. And I couldn't
exactly
find the point.
So again, just given my background, I did literally believe all of this. I basically idolized Ken Ham until I was like 8 or 9. Yeah, that's how devout my family was raised.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't meet anyone who did not believe that story was literal until I was about 11, and it blew my mind.
Am I the only guy here that actually never believed any of this horseshit?
Oh no, I didn't. Trust me, there was only so much shit I could take, and I think apparently it happened when I was like 9. But we were sitting in there, and they were ranting off about this exact shit. And no joke, and they were so fucking sure, and everyone else believed that. Like, oh, Christina, tell us what you think. And I'm over here like, there's no way that actually happened.
I had questions. They were not answered to my satisfaction ever.
But to what I was saying, how I was taught to try to find some good in the story was that, and I'm quoting from my former pastor here, that the people who were drowned died very quickly, so it wasn't painful.
Has he seen anybody drowned?
No.
That shit is very painful.
It took me
You
until I was
can actually die very quickly from water, but it requires a tsunami with a shitload of force behind it to smack you dead in the fucking face.
Oh yeah, but this shit was rain. This shit just came out of nowhere, so people were just dying from exhaustion. Like that's not peaceful.
Water for a while.
No, they would not have died from exhaustion, because if you do read it, it says it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and to raise the water of the entire planet to above the highest mountain, it would have had to have been raining with the force of a fucking fire extinguisher all over the earth for 40 days and 40 nights.
Oh,
People's
so not only
people's heads would have been ripped off of their body.
Yeah, again though, but with that logic, that boat had been fucked.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, this is
that boat wouldn't exist.
time out. This is really good, but we are way off the video.
Yeah, we're getting a little off topic here.
We're ranting. We're ranting. It's fun ranting. It's what we do in the Cabal. This actually is what our Discord sounds like, I bet.
On a daily basis.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can get back to the video.
All right, let's do this.
With the more sexual tension.
Oh, nice.
Let's get back.
All right, let's go.
Let's see if we can run it for another.
And they'll say, well, we don't believe that. That's not what evolutionism teaches. Okay, let's see. This is Science Magazine, posted back in 2012. It's a little bit older. But you owe your life to rock. The prolific formation and subsequent erosion of metal-rich granite, such as these eroded rocks in Finland, samples in the inset, starting 1.9 billion years ago.
One, he's quoting a science magazine. That's not a peer-reviewed paper. So automatically, whatever he says is at best an opinion or a layperson's understanding of the science.
The name is Sid Perkins.
Yeah,
what? Who the fuck is that?
I'm actually looking them up right now. I want to see.
Good, you do it.
All right, Agros.
I'm also waiting for the citation, where it says literally that we.
Is this the Nova article?
So Sid. Sid is a freelance science journalist from Tennessee. He specializes in both sciences and paleontology, but often tackles topics such as astronomy, planetary sciences, material sciences, and engineering. He has a bachelor's degree in natural science from Christian Brothers College in Memphis, Tennessee, bachelor's and master's in aeronautics engineering from the Air Force Institute of Technology in Ohio, and a master's degree in journalism from the University of Missouri in Columbia.
He's a journalist. He translates science to layperson language.
In 2009, he won an award for Distinguished Science Journalism in the Atmospheric and Related Sciences in the American Meteorological Society. And in 2002, he was a co-winner of the American Astronomical Society's Solar Physics Division's Award for popular writing on solar physics. Sid's writing also appears in Nature, Scientific American, Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, Science News, and Science News for Students.
Well, at least he hasn't published to AIG or anything like that.
Yeah. So, from all of this I'm gathering, he is not an evolutionary biologist. Frankly, has very, very little accredited teachings on evolution, on even just the science of evolution. So this is for all intents and purposes, from what I have seen, a layperson's interpretation of scientific facts to lay people.
And even then, I have yet to read the article that he's referencing, but I very much doubt that there's any point in there where he says that we came from rocks. I very much doubt that.
Yeah.
All right.
All this thing that I'm seeing, rocky start, the prolific formation of subsequent erosion of metal-rich granite, starting 1.9 billion years ago, set the stage for multicellular, I'm assuming division or evolution, whatever.
Yeah, he actually reads that in a second.
So,
All right,
yeah, I'll let him read it then.
let's go.
Cellular life to evolve, a new study. Okay? And you can go ahead and read this all if you want to, but I'm telling you, it says that life came from rocks.
I'm not believing you on that, buddy.
Okay, hold on. Go back
how
quick for a second and pause.
that other article.
Hold on. Go back just a second and pause it to where we get the full. Okay, so thank goodness for granite.
hold on,
It's not
hold
for
on,
the information.
You
Okay.
can go ahead and read this all if you want to,
Ah.
but I'm telling you,
All right. Here we go.
So thank goodness for granite, if not for the formation. Okay, one, it's not even saying that it came from. It's saying that the erosion of metal-rich granite on supercontinents helped life evolve quicker. Without it, it could have been stifled or delayed. None of that is saying we came from rocks.
Yeah, like really.
His own source debunks him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
It
surprised
says-
anybody?
No.
Normally,
Oh.
it
I'm
doesn't
about to say, I'm
surprise
like, no.
It doesn't surprise me, but normally when people who have their own links debunk them, they don't put the entire thing up on the screen for people to read.
I had to pause this like 3 or 4 times just to get his citations.
Mistake number one.
Also, can we notify that he has a YouTube link to Dr. Kent Hovind?
That's where I found him.
Oh, I found the link
A
to the
YouTube-
article.
A YouTube link to Kunt Koresh himself.
Also, something that randomly says horseshoe.
No, yeah. Eh.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get to that.
Horseshoe.
Horse shit.
Okay,
All right,
All right, let's go.
Okay, go. Trying to make it 2 minutes?
life came from rocks. Let's check this one out. A little more contemporary, January 13, 2016. This is Smithsonian.com. So anybody that says that it's not science, life and rocks may have co-evolved on Earth.
And he doesn't know what coevolution means.
Nope.
That's kind of a misleading.
Come
kind of-
on, man.
That's kind of a misleading title too.
That is.
Yeah. It
It-
really
it-
is.
He's confusing the development of minerals, which is what this article is concerning. How
Yeah.
minerals formed over, like, granite, sandstone, all that shit. All the minerals that we know of in chemistry. He's confusing that with the
Look at the
evolution of life.
look at the words on the screen too. It's about halfway down. A basic question Hazan was taken. Oh, here it is. Marwis was essentially asking whether the mineralogy that existed when Earth was new and possibly when life originated was different from what we see today.
Mhm.
They're talking about what the Earth makeup was that many 4.6 to 4 billion years ago. This isn't about evolution. It's
Exactly.
really about abiogenesis. It's about what was going on at that point. How much iron, how much, I don't know. I'm not a mineralogist. I'm sure somebody could tell those, but sorry, ranting.
Also, snail.
Yeah.
No. It's abiogenesis.
No.
Yeah, abiogenesis.
Obio.
And I
Think of
Everyone
ambio.
in the chat to spell out as best they can abiogenesis.
I got
Obiogenesis.
something to say.
Obiogenesis. You gotta go with the mic type.
All right,
Alright.
let's see if we can make this shit at least like 30 more seconds.
All right, let's do this.
Before we move on, may I throw my opinion in on something?
Oh, yeah.
I guess so.
Go for it.
So I think what this guy did was he just searched for these things and he saw only the title and he didn't read the whole article. He just simply read the title and was like, boom, there it is, idiot proof.
Yeah.
Possibly.
That's
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think the priest baptized him too hard when he was little.
And it seems like he only searched for sources that proved his point. That he thought proved his point, and no sources that say otherwise.
yeah. That's
I don't think that's how it works. Is
it
it?
isn't.
But
No.
like, why would you put things that prove that you are wrong?
Or moreover, why would you look for things? Why would you look for things that would make you rethink your ideas?
Well,
Thinking is theory. Thinking
I
is
just
theory.
thought-
Remember, this
I
man
just
thinks
thought that it
shit
was
is
a.
good thing.
All right.
Okay.
well, you
Good
gotta
point.
Let's do it.
you gotta think. Hold on, though, that this moron thought that he could disprove abiogenesis with a couple of articles in less than 10 minutes.
5 minutes. This article, this one is 5 minutes and 3 seconds.
And we are 2 minutes in.
Go.
I hate people.
Yeah.
When life originated, and it's going to tell you all about how we came from rocks. Tell me a little bit about the film Life's Rocky Start. Life's Rocky.
Oh no, a pun.
Boo!
I hope you
Boo!
They made a pun.
Boo!
Therefore, there must be some hidden secret link that all these stupid evolutionists can't see. It's a pun.
Right, like really.
Pun.
He just went like he knew some shit.
He figured
punny. It's not
little guy-
actual. Ugh.
I hope he gets a golden firework. I hope that he gets a golden shower firework shot into his crotch.
Bonding.
I hope he gets all of his favorite shows spoiled for the rest of his life.
Ooh, that is some shade.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All
Even
right.
I think that's a little
Let's do it.
far.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
1.5 billion year history told the ties of a mineralogist who was undergoing a sort of transformation himself.
Yeah.
Where the
Yeah, okay.
universe. The Big Bang, things are much too hot. Even after things condensed a little bit, it was only hydrogen and helium gas that made up the bulk of the universe. So
Oh, wait, asshole. You completely skipped the whole section.
Yeah, I did. But that section wasn't convenient to him.
Okay, read that. I imagine that this will prove him wrong.
Right after the Big Bang, things were much too hot. And even after things condensed a little bit, it was only.
Damn it.
Okay,
Rude.
Sorry, damn it. Sorry.
it's fine.
There we go.
Right after the Big Bang, things were much too hot, and even after things condensed a little bit, it was only hydrogen and helium gas that made up the bulk of the universe. They don't form minerals because they are gases, and minerals have to be crystals. The next thing the hydrogen and helium gas did was condense into large stars. Stars are engines of what's called nucleosynthesis, or making all the chemical elements of the periodic table. Minerals are formed from these other elements.
Oh,
So,
look.
Pretty good basic explanation.
Right.
Now, what precedes mineral accretion? You need a star to undergo nucleosynthesis to form minerals, because that's how fucking chemistry works.
Yep.
I guarantee
Yet again,
did not
another
even-
article that does not say what he thinks it says.
I guarantee you that he doesn't even know what nucleosynthesis is.
I was
Even
about to
though
say,
he
I'm like, I
gives
don't
you
even
the
think he knows how to fucking read at this point. He was like, hey guys, what does this say?
Abiogenesis.
Abiogenesis.
How
Abiogenesis.
Abiogenesis.
No. This is no longer nucleosynthesis. We have to pronounce it in the tones of that idiot. Nucleosynthesis. Synthesis. Nucleosynthesis. Nucleosynthesis.
Nucleosynthesis.
But I will give this article a very good I will give it a very big prop. It does ask a very intriguing question. What was the first mineral? That's actually a pretty fascinating question.
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
But he completely ignores it.
But no, but
course
people
he
came
does.
from rocks, you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm literally the freaking thing. All right, let's continue the shit show.
Yeah.
So everything came from rock.
No, it didn't.
Discover magazine.
Oh my God, Discover?
No.
How did I miss that? No.
No.
Okay, just from the article name, the orders were also revealing life's origins, fueling controversy. I can guarantee you, I can tell you what the controversy is, what it actually is, rather than what a creation site wants to make it. When life existed when it first began. That's probably what the controversy is. Did it begin 500 million years after the Earth formed, or did it start off a billion years after? That's probably the controversy. That's what I'm putting my money on.
Oh, we'll find out soon enough.
Let's see what he says.
No, we won't.
Fueling life's origin. Fueling controversy. Discovery magazine.
He just skipped two entire paragraphs. He skipped
Right.
two entire points.
He does that the whole thing. It's just, this is the title,
Does he?
and this is what I think it means. He doesn't. There are a few of them that he actually does look at.
Well, look, he
And-
doesn't even read any of it. He just goes to the next thing.
He cherry picks. That's what he's doing. He's just cherry picking.
I'm surprised that he didn't pick apart. I saw that little tiny bulletin that said hell on earth. I'm surprised he didn't go for that one.
Yeah.
Right?
These evolutionists accidentally put in hell. They must believe it's true, but want to reject it because they like to sin.
Like that
Oh,
same
man.
stupid shit that
These goddamn rock people.
stupid shit that people think that the Big Bang was an explosion.
There's
And
people
I
who-
love his emphasis on origin. Like, he does realize origin has a few different meanings depending on how it's used, right?
Yeah.
Surely he understands that.
Don't know.
Probably not.
Here's a
I
good
doubt it.
example. The origin of my eyesight. Ta-da.
Boom. Shook, you guys. Shook.
Yep.
All right. 306. Come on, we can make
Let's
this
do
one.
it.
Let's do this. We're halfway there.
I can't hear anything.
I can't hear shit.
Really
That's
Okay, I saw something about catfish. That's all I got.
evolutionism from the beginning to the present. This October posted on Halloween 2016.
Hold on, pause it on his name. I'm gonna look him up as well.
Oh,
Okay.
that's Michael Marshall.
I already-
I took
Some
notes throughout
versions
this whole
of
thing.
gods did it, and other explanations. That is no longer true. Literally, guys, did you read that shit?
Okay,
Mhm.
I don't.
The versions of the gods did it and other explanations was inconceivable. That is no longer true. Bullshit. Moving on. What the
Okay,
fuck is happening, you guys?
This dude is either so inconsequential, or he's only ever published so few articles that he's straight up not being shown on Google. I can't find anything about him.
Also, for 2 seconds, we have BBC and Max is not here. We are guys. The struggle.
That is weird.
Man.
We are missing the token British person.
Yeah,
Well,
we're missing
to be-
the British
to be
person
fair,
in our group.
Max
Hey,
has volunteered
be-
to run the Sunday streams when we get that far. It's because we're going to run them earlier in the day.
Okay.
Oh
To be
man, I hope I
fair.
can be awake by then.
To be fair, for the not having a British person, a lot of people do think I'm British. I think I count as like a pseudo British.
I can crank out the accent.
I mean, I do drink a lot of tea.
I mean,
I
you guys,
didn't
he does
go
drink a lot of tea.
Oi! Cunt.
Does that tea give you all sorts of happy dreams?
Maybe.
No, it consists of
What?
murder. My tea consists of murder.
You wanna know how a real American makes his tea?
In a
Throws it in
microwave?
the harbor.
Hey, fuck you.
All right, let's do this shit.
Son of a bitch, I knew you were gonna say that.
You want to try to get to 4 minutes?
We can do it. Let's go.
You know what? I can try and get through the whole thing if you guys want.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
that.
Suffer
that.
greatly.
Let's get through the whole thing, and then we can throw in our 2 cents after that.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
More for us to talk about after.
Life came from rocks.
It's just everything.
This means we can define the problem of the origin of life more precisely, using only the materials and conditions found on the Earth over 3.5 billion years ago. We
Pointing at the screen.
But that stupid son of a bitch didn't even read the part before that.
Right?
No, we
Of
didn't.
course he didn't.
Is descended from bacteria. What?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Keep going. Let's just keep going. We can do this.
How
Keep
hard-
going, it gets better.
It's impossible. That's how hard it can be.
Oh,
Mhm.
Ooh.
Life arise on Earth. Stromatolites like these found in the world area of Shark Bay, Western Australia.
Wait, hold on.
My ears.
Hold on. No.
Let's hear him say that shit
one.
one more time. That was important.
Hold on. No.
Yes,
no,
hold on. We need to hear him say stromatolites one more time. Shh.
How did life arise on Earth? Stromatolites.
Oh, he did it.
How
He can't
How,
pronounce.
how the fuck can he pronounce stromatolites correctly, but he cannot correctly pronounce abiogenesis?
This is
How? I demand answers. I demand answers. I want to message this guy, ask how the fuck he can correctly pronounce stromatolites, but not abiogenesis. I need to know.
These are unanswered questions.
Oh, I can't wait for him to try and pronounce cyanobacteria. I hope I said that one right.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
He's probably gonna say it like cyanobacteria.
Cyanobacteria.
Either that or he's gonna be like, jeez, it's gonna get so bad.
Cyanobacteria or just bacteria?
Area
Cayenne bacteria.
in Australia.
Cyanobacteria.
Cyanobacteria.
Yeah,
And he goes right back to normal.
called it.
All right.
He said it was cyanobacteria.
All right. Who do I owe the $5 to on that one?
Do me.
hey.
Snail.
Oh, I'll take it. I'm good with that. Fuck you, Doomy.
Hey,
I'll take that money. Bye.
friendly fire.
Sorry, Doomy. I misheard.
He's
It was
just
me. I did it.
Gastropod.
a little demon slayer. How dare you?
Okay.
All right, let's go. We got 45
Let's go.
seconds.
Let's go. Let's go.
We can make it a minute.
Let's
We
go.
can make it a minute.
Photosynthetic organisms. Stromatolites have been found that date back to about 3.7 billion years ago. So it's saying that life came from rock. Indeed, some scientists think life appeared the moment our planet's environment was stable enough to support it.
He seems to think that
So to
fossils
say that
Fossils are life.
are life. He seems to think that because they're fossilized now, they must have always been rocks. I don't know what his reasoning is on that. I don't know if he realizes how absolutely fucked up that is.
I have to wonder if he subscribes to the idea that quantum erasal put on, where you can only have hold verbs, you can't ask how a tree began because you absolve a tree. It's a meaningless question to ask how it began.
I really don't know, honestly.
I have to wonder if he ascribes to that same kind of, frankly, asinine idea that quantum erasal put forward in a desperate attempt to redefine observation to make evolution impossible, which would also render all forms of cancer treatment impossible, all forms of moving impossible, all form of life basically impossible.
Yeah.
This dude seems, just by his basic understanding, seems to think that life itself, the very fact that things exist, is impossible.
Guys, did you know that Kira is my station?
I don't know what Kira is.
We're not going to talk about people. I'm not getting into the whole he's he's grabbing his screenshots from his phone. That's just somebody not knowing the technical stuff.
All right, 20 seconds. Let's do it.
Let's go.
The origin of life is not part and parcel of evolutionism, is a lie. It is absolutely part of evolutionism.
No, it isn't.
The only people that believe that are creationists.
It literally is not part of it, though. I don't care what he wants to say, how he wants to strawman it, how he wants to define it. It isn't. That's like saying atheism is part of cat worship.
No, it's just mildly related.
Yeah,
there is the whole Flufirth religion. I'm part of that.
But, there's a difference in something being tangentially related to being actually connected.
Well,
and the fact that atheists somewhat worship cats is just tangentially related. The fact
That's right. Bow down, peasants.
And the fact that evolution and abiogenesis both cover life is just tangentially related. They're not related in any way further than that. Cats are awesome, and life is a thing that exists.
Yeah, it comes down to what we were talking about earlier, where, abiogenesis asks where life came from. Evolution asks and answers how that life diversifies. There's a very distinct difference there. There's a dividing line. On one side, you got no life yet, and on the other side, you have life.
Yep.
I just want to point out that it's perfectly cool for people to worship kitty cats, but no, not one single person will worship the godlet. I have no friends.
It's because they're all too busy talking about me. Goblet, get on my level. You worship me.
Nobody knows but
hey, just give it a few months for the Marvel Contagion event to happen, to when Moon Knight becomes infected by whatever the contagion is supposed to be, and then you will be worshipped.
What the fuck? What the fuck is a Moon Knight?
Yeah. Oh man, I remember that. I remember when we used to do that. We would come up with these scenarios. The creep and I would come up with.
You know what a Moon Knight is? Like, you're coming up with more gibberish than this guy is right now.
All right, we got 6 seconds.
Let's do it. 6 seconds.
All right, let's finish this.
Yeah.
You guys are liars.
Thank you.
Oh
That was best ending ever.
Thank
You guys are liars.
Unpause. Then he goes, "You guys are
Guys, that
liars."
needs to be put into the cabal for quotes.
You're lying.
Yes.
Whoa, okay, hold on. How is it that he says unironically while being a liar?
Oh, that was beautiful. You guys are liars.
You guys are liars.
Okay, I demand an entire section of our cabal that is just bullshit ass quotes from the shit that we just watched. We need to put we need to put Abio Jedi CS up in there, and we need to put you guys are liars.
You guys are liars.
Abio Genesis, man.
Abio Genesis.
We need one of us to be able to do it with the lisp at the end.
Oh, man.
Cyanobacteria.
CS.
Cyanobacteria.
All right.
You like the way that my abiogenesis looks on me tonight?
All right. Den Mother says we've been going for almost 2 hours now. Who wants to plug their channels?
I'll go first. I'm wise to ways. I was doing the Thought Crime series for a while. I've been quite inactive here recently. I recently uploaded a live stream yesterday of a Destiny 2 raid. If you want, I will have Agelos or Doomy, whoever is hosting this live stream, to post my link in the description down below once it becomes available for editing.
Snail is the one who's hosting this.
Okay, Snail. I'll send my channel link to you so you can post it in the description whenever it goes public for people to watch whatever.
And just for a mention, if you guys go to the Cabal's YouTube channel, which theoretically I'm now posting in the live stream chat, all of everybody you've seen on screen who has a YouTube channel has a link in our channel recommendations.
I will.
So go subscribe to all of us.
Yes.
That's the basic of mine. Go subscribe to all of us.
I shall also shamelessly plug in my Abiogenius channel.
Oh, yeah.
I have I'm still. Nobody knows who the hell I am. Okay, I've had 3 names. I've had Conchu, I've had Agoros, I've had the Godlet. My most recent video was of a black kid who thought she was white and she hates all the black people, and she somehow managed to get her ass onto Dr. Phil. I guarantee that if you watch any one of my videos, you will have an extreme headache, and I'm not helping you with it.
God. That
You
video
are
was something else.
And
All
yeah,
right,
I will also
Adam.
let you
Yes.
put.
What am I
Snail,
doing?
I will also just let you put my description in the my link in the description.
I will get it all done tomorrow when I figure out what I'm doing.
We're the Cabal. We half-assed everything.
For real.
Yeah.
We'll get it down eventually.
I mean, we were supposed to be debunking this guy, but most of this was, you know.
Us.
He was
That's pretty much the
refuting
best
his-
description
just-
ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Who's left?
Real quick. Not necessarily a plug, but maybe come join us on that Area 51 raid. I'm sure we'll find some stupidity to debunk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, boy.
Dem plans.
Adam, did you do your channel?
Replug myself?
Yep.
No, my channel is Truth Through Science. I've got enough uploaded to where you could search for it and find it. I'll be covering this guy in more detail because he is just a gold mine of stuff that is just absolutely wrong. He's going to be a subject of a few videos.
Abiogenius.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a
All
goddamn.
right. Anybody else got channels to plug?
You could. I mean, my channel is just called the Doom Master, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to find it.
He throws
It-
Pringle.
Did
which
we-
is
We
probably.
We
Yeah, we got
actually
him.
found you, and we have you linked to the Cabal's channel, which now has 27 subscribers. Thank you, chat.
Wow.
Woo!
All
That is the
Thank you, guys.
chat.
That's what's up.
MVP.
Hell yeah.
chat.
Wait,
God,
Woo!
Thanks, dude. Thanks, guys.
Guys, people like us
you
I
guys
know,
just
right?
or tolerate us. One of the two.
One of those two, yeah.
is it because I convinced you into worshiping me?
No, it's because of me.
Hold on. How many subscribers does everyone on the channel have?
I have 35.
I have none.
I've got 5.
Okay,
videos up.
I am substantially below everyone at only 34.
Snail has the most subscribers easily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon's got us all beat, but he's just a nominal godhead.
Well, you know what? I don't like the dragon. He didn't come and help me with. He didn't come and help us with this.
I understand that.
I'm sure he can join us on a future one.
Yep.
I think the level of stupidity wasn't adequate enough for him, so he's simply waiting.
Guys, we need to find better shit.
Wait a minute.
I've seen Dragon's. I've seen
I'm
Dragon's
telling-
backlog.
Are you saying that someone in the Cabal has standards? What's going on?
You guys, this is unfucking acceptable. We've talked about this.
I'm telling you, if you want the Godhead in here to publicly rip apart an idiot's argument, we need to do Pharaoh Laws. We need to do his six-part series.
Oh, my God.
Oh. All right.
We will take that under advisement.
Yeah, well, me and Adam will see if we can handle that again.
All right.
we might need a
I'll
break
be in
from
there
this
next
nut.
time.
We still.
I'll
Yep.
be in there next time with it.
It is 11:59
It's
Central Standard Time. So
Yep,
everyone,
Gotta sign off.
sign off. Say goodnight.
Good
Bye,
night.
bye, everyone. Kitten out.
Good night, you sexy bastards.
All right. Good night, Abe.